Let me go across to Zakia Soman first. Zakia ji, I said at the start of my show, the UCC issue should not become just about Muslims because it attracts unprecedented attention and scrutiny of the Muslim community, which should be avoided. But then how do you look at the opposition that is coming in from parties like the AIMIM and the AIMPLB more particularly, because after several decades, they still continue to be opposed to the UCC?
So you're very right, Shivani, that the UCC concerns the entire country, irrespective of faith or ethnicity background. But nevertheless, it is made to appear to be like a Muslim issue only, mainly for two reasons. One is because it is part of the BJP's agenda, it's part of the electoral manifesto, and equally also because there has been a persistent resistance to reform of the Muslim personal law from the clergy and from the religious leadership. So it so happens that today, after 70 years of independence, only the Muslim women have been left out of the ambit of law. So they remain the worst sufferers. And when the Muslim women see codified Muslim family laws, this demand falls on deaf ears. Nobody pays any attention to that. And today, now, when there is a possibility of a code being brought about, any Muslim community people who want to participate, they are being sort of looked at suspiciously by the same conservative elements. So yeah, it is a kind of a self-created conundrum of our society and of our polity. It is very, very sad that we have continued to deny Muslim women their Quranic rights as well as their constitutional rights, and we have all gone ahead very happily, as though all is well.
Right. Before I bring in some of my other panelists as well, some of those who are opposed to the UCC, I want to understand from you, why is it that in 2023 we still have this kind of resistance? Why? What is the main issue here? Why do you think the clergymen, the Orthodox Muslim male controlling Muslim society don't want to see to this, despite the fact that times have changed so drastically? Zakia Soman, that's for you.
Yeah. So there are many, there are several reasons for that. One is that they are steeped into patriarchal thinking. Their mindsets are very, very conservative, misogynist. They genuinely believe that men are superior to women. In 2023, this is the mindset which dictates their actions, their statements, their conducts. That is a sad truth. We have to accept it. Secondly, they also fear that they are losing relevance because the world is changing, India is changing, all Indians are changing. That includes the Muslims also. The Muslims are also changing. We saw how the women-led movement against instant triple talaq was supported by one and all, Muslims as well as those who are not Muslims. In solidarity, everybody stood up. So they are not in tune with the ground realities. They are not in, they fail to understand the aspirations of young Muslim men and women. They also somehow, the kind of politics which has taken place in our country in the name of secularism, as though only favor you have to do to the minorities is allow them to ill-treat the women, particularly the Muslim minority. So I'm very sorry to say that this is a very, very narrow meaning of secularism which has been applied in a country. As a result, any demand coming from Muslim women about justice, about gender equality, we saw it at the time of Shah Bano in 85. We saw it now in 2017 at the time of triple talaq. Nothing has changed.
Absolutely.
Because the moment the women demand justice, the bogey is raised that Sharia is in danger.
Or that is
how
it is
does
a conspiracy?
Sharia come into danger by giving giving Quranic rights and constitutional rights to women?
Yeah.
So
Zakia Somanji, you've raised very important points. I really don't want to get into the warped secularism that we've become used to in India, because I will not have enough time to get into that complex subject, because it's going to take forever. And also the debate over what is Quranic, what is not Quranic, because again, I don't feel that I can do that debate and that we should do that debate today on a subject like this. This is not even about what is Quranic, frankly. It is just about what satisfies gender and equality laws for India as per the Constitution. But let me bring in Danish Qureshi. Danish Qureshi, you know, the AIM, your party, even today, Asaduddin Owaisi curses the government for the abolition of instant triple talaq. The bodies like AIM, PLB have a horrendous record when it comes to standing up for Indian women, Indian Muslim women. Their stance on triple talaq, for example, in written affidavits were horrendous to say the least. What explains this? Why is it that you continue to keep Muslim communities separate from the others when this UCC will apply to everybody? Danish Qureshi, that question is for you. Not sure he can hear me. Can I go across to Shahid Ali? Shahid Ali, can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Would you like to take that question? What explains this resistance to UCC?
In fact, my take on to the issue is that diversity is the soul of India, soul of our constitution. Diversity, in fact, this the act of bringing or declaring that we will bring UCC is an attack on the soul, very soul of India, is an attack on the Constitution of India, is an attack on the fundamental rights enshrined in the Constitution. And Kamal ki baat ye hai ki the peoples are talking about directive principles. How directive principles can have supremacy over fundamental rights? Absolutely cannot be. Now, in fact, only 3 weeks till 3 weeks ago, this was the stand of Government of India that UCC is not required. They filed an affidavit for the Honorable Supreme Court, and one of the co-panelists was a petitioner therein. The petition was dismissed as withdrawn. Now, just after 3 weeks, because the Karnataka they have lost. Karnataka they have lost. Their intentions are not to bring UCC. Their intentions are just to bring, play the communal card.
But why is this communal? That's what I'm trying to understand from you.
Garner support of the voters.
Shahid Ali, I don't want to get into the timing bit. Shahid Ali, 1 second. I don't want to get into the timing bit because no matter when this would have been done, the debate has remained consistent. Let's not fool ourselves that this has anything to do with timing. But anyways, I want to understand from you, why is UCC
who has given communal color?
Why is
Honorable
UCC
Prime Minister of India has given communal color to this.
Who has given?
That is what I am saying. The Prime Minister himself. Prime Minister himself has given communal color to this UCC by saying that the Muslims will oppose, or the Muslims should not oppose, or Muslims should not be confused by anyone. But is he not accurate? So his intentions, or he has made it very, very clear to all public, all people of India, that UCC he is bringing is against the Muslims. So he himself is playing the communal card, none else. And moreover, what is the necessity of UCC in our country? When we have the laws, we have Domestic Violence Act, which is applicable upon all. We have Special Marriage Act, which is applicable upon all. We have Indian Majority Act, which is applicable upon all. We have Indian Succession Act, which is applicable upon all. Now,
what about the age of marriage?
In fact, if you will understand, yes, absolutely. That is 18 years. And Honorable Supreme Court is seized of the matter because Punjab and Haryana High Court and in one of the matter, Delhi High Court has said that the Muslim girl may marry even before that. So that matter.
That's because Shariat applies today. Once the UCC applies, that wouldn't be the case. That's because Muslims want to be ruled by the Shariat Act.
Give me 30 more seconds.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Give me 30 more seconds. In fact, this is the acts which I have named. That is the matter of choice of the people living in India. If they want to get their marriage registered in Special Marriage Act, they may do so. If they want to take benefit of this Indian Majority Act, they may do so. If they want to take benefit of any other act, which are Indian Succession Act, Indian Majority Act, Domestic Violence Act.
But why are you not listening to somebody like Zakia Somanbmma who is saying that in the Muslim community, Muslim women also need the protection of the same standards that apply to other women? Why are you saying if you want these protections, please go to other refuge of other acts If other acts are okay,
That is that
then
is already
please accept
available.
those as fundamental
That
principles.
is already available.
Yeah, so then what's the problem with UCC?
State should not force. State should not kill the diversity.